With its unique architecture and famous waterways, Venice City, this engineering marvel of the world, has captured the attention of thousands of engineers and tourists. Built on little more than a large sandbar in the middle of a coastal lagoon, the city's palaces, churches, residences, and shops rest on wooden piles driven into the soft sand. According to the report made by Calaverin D in 2019, named How Venice Canals Were Built. How was it built on water? Venice, known also as the City of Canals or the Floating City, is a very popular destination for traveling, but it is struggling to stay afloat. Not everything is what it looks like. Like many other Asian European cities, Venice faces many challenges that place its existence at risk. My name is Elizabeth Gutierrez, and as a civil engineering student, I like to investigate and learn about cities' structures all around the world. I have been interested in the structural and social development of cities. I have spent some of the time of my career researching what challenges cities face from the structural point of view, to learn how to come up with reliable and effective solutions. Also to learn what factors should be kept in mind to build improved and better structures and to provide them with the proper maintenance. Although not many of you are civil engineering students, it's always important to keep cultivating our intellectual level to inspire and stimulate our curiosity. Also, it is essential to be informed of what problems other parts of the world encounter to stay updated. In this video, I will be discussing three problems that the city of Venice is facing now. They are water pollution and congestion, floods, and population loss. So the first problem is water pollution and congestion. The critical concerns that are affecting the waterways in Venice are pollution from heavy industries on the nearby mainland and shipping, congestion from unregulated boat traffic, and damage caused to waterside apartments and other buildings by waves slapping against old foundations. The city of Venice is placed on a lagoon, as I mentioned before. The main sources of water pollution of the lagoon are the civil and agricultural industrial discharges that reach the lagoon directly, or that are introduced through the hydrographic network of the drainage basin. The Porto Marghera industrial zone, and in particular the petrochemical industry, has long been one of the major sources of pollution of the Venetian lagoon. The sources of pollution are not only those produced by the industrial activities, but also those deriving from domestic discharges in inhabited centers of the lagoon that have no adequate water purification systems. Another cause is the pollutants from the chemicals used to fertilize agricultural land in the drainage basin. According to the UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, they have taken some guidelines to fight these problems. One of those guidelines are to improve the quality of the water course in the drainage basin in accordance with the guidelines of the new district plan. Also to reduce loads in the lagoon from industrial and agricultural activities and from municipal wastewaters, and to complete the marking out of the pollution sites in Marghera. The second problem that is affecting Venice is flooding and sinking. Venice has been sinking for over the years due to steady rising sea levels compared to 1600 years ago. Venice's standard sea level has dropped 6 inches, which has led to increased flooding. As industrial activity and pumping from the aquifer beneath the city has increased, erosion surrounding the lagoon has reached critical levels. The Italian government has decided to work alongside ocean and construction engineers in safeguarding Venice by building mobile barriers across the lagoon inlets surrounding the city. According to the report, Venice confronts population loss and environment problems from ecologists here. This graph provided by the Venice Tide Center shows us how the city has been sinking over the past years. On the horizontal axis, we have the passing of the years, and on the vertical axis, we have the centimeters of the water rising. The consequences that these floods bring are regularly wreak damage on lower floors of homes, restaurants, and shops, which is driving many residents out of Venice. This leads us to the third and last problem: population loss. The city of Venice is not only drowning under rising water, but also under a flood of tourism as well. Venetians have started to leave Venice as tourist numbers increase and as the number of Airbnb homes are increasing as well, which is turning the city into a museum, according to Chiara Albanese in her report, The Long Slow Death of Venice. This chart provided by the municipality of Venice shows how the city of Venice has been shrinking over the past years. On the horizontal axis, again, we have the passing of the years from 1901 and up until 2018. And we see how the population has been shrinking for below 60,000. The declining population and transformation of Venice into a Disney-like tourist center is worrying many Venetians. In 1950, the population of Venice reached 184,000 residents. Today, that population has fallen to roughly 100,000 as birth rates have fallen and Venetians have moved to low-rise apartments and houses in mainland suburbs. Another cause contributing to the decline of population is that Venetians are being forced to pay up like tourists. For many residents, Venice has become really difficult to live, since everything is too expensive and is designated to boost tourism. To summarize, we have learned three main problems that the city of Venice is facing today. They are water pollution and congestion, flooding, and population loss. Hopefully, you have a wider perspective of the actual situation of the city of Venice and you are more informed of the challenges that this marvelous city is facing.